notable art movements and their associated artists. If you're curious about the diverse and vibrant world of art, you're probably wondering which art movements have had the most significant impact and who the key artists behind them are. Let's take a journey through some of the most influential art movements and the artists who defined them. First off, let's look at Fauvism, a movement that emerged in France between 1905 and 1910. This movement was all about bold, vibrant colors and strong brushwork. Artists like Henri Matisse, André Derain, Maurice de Vlaminck, and Raoul Dufy were the pioneers. Matisse's Woman with a Hat and Derain's London Bridge are iconic examples of Fauvist art. These artists valued individual expression and the emotional impact of color over realistic representations. Next up is Cubism, which revolutionized art in the early 20th century, starting around 1907. Pablo Picasso and Georges Braque were the masterminds behind this movement. Cubism is characterized by abstracted forms, geometric shapes, and multiple viewpoints. Other notable Cubist artists include Juan Gris and Fernand Léger. Picasso's Les Demoiselles d'Avignon and Braque's Houses at L'Estaque showcase the innovative use of geometric shapes and fragmented objects. During World War I, the Dada movement emerged, primarily in Zurich, as a form of artistic rebellion against the societal norms that led to the war. Dada artists like Marcel Duchamp, Hugo Ball, Hans Arp, and Tristan Tzara used absurdity and irony to challenge traditional art. Duchamp's Fountain, a signed urinal, is a famous example of Dada's provocative nature. This movement spread to other parts of Europe and New York, influencing future avant-garde movements. Surrealism, which followed Dada, was another significant movement that developed in the aftermath of World War I. Led by André Breton, Surrealist artists aimed to merge the world of dreams with reality. Artists like Salvador Dali, René Magritte, and Max Ernst created unsettling and illogical scenes to tap into the unconscious mind. Surrealism was not just about art, it was a philosophical movement that sought to revolutionize how we think about reality. Impressionism, which began in the late 19th century, is another key movement. Impressionist artists like Claude Monet, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and Camille Pissarro focused on capturing the fleeting effects of light and color. They painted outdoors, using small, thin brushstrokes to create vivid scenes. Monet's Impression Sunrise and Renoir's Dance at Le Moulin de la Galette are famous examples of Impressionist art. Expressionism, which overlapped with Fauvism in the early 20th century, emphasized expressing emotional experiences rather than physical reality. Edvard Munch's The Scream, Wassily Kandinsky's Der Blaue Reiter, and Egon Schiele's Sitting Woman with Legs Drawn Up are iconic expressionist works. This movement spanned art, literature, music, and even architecture. Finally, let's touch on the Harlem Renaissance, which emerged after World War I in the African-American community of Harlem, New York. This movement celebrated African-American culture through visual arts, literature, music, and theater. Artists like Aaron Douglas and Jacob Lawrence rejected stereotypical representations and instead expressed pride in Black identities. Each of these movements has left a lasting impact on the art world, and the artists associated with them have paved the way for future generations of creatives. Whether it's the bold colors of Fauvism, the geometric shapes of Cubism, or the dreamlike scenes of Surrealism, these art movements continue to inspire and influence art today.